Okay, this is gonna... Okay, I'm gonna make this video again. This is my first time... Well, this is my time back now. I was away for a year. No, I don't think anyone really cares to hear. So, I'm just making a tutorial for a friend, going through the initial part of the game, through the tutorial, and through the, hub area. And just gonna make a character here. What should I name him? Hello, Fred. I'll just use this. It's easier. Actually, that's probably a good place to start here. Is the classes. The warrior here, as it says, it's got high strength and dexterity. It's a really just good starting class for anyone just wanting to try out the game. If they're not, like, they bought the game and just want class that you can go right into, go for the warrior. Don't do that, me. There we are. Next one is knight. Knight has has lower in the strength dex than the warrior, but has better armor, though it's heavier. So yeah, I'll explain what the different weight in armor is later. But basically, more of a tank, where the warrior is, well, a warrior for most games, you would think. A wanderer. A wanderer is one of the... got higher dexterity than warrior, and uses I believe a scimitar or falchion. I can't remember which one. Basically, it has... well, it's a dex weapon, and I would not recommend playing it, honestly. Oh, it says right here. It says wield scimitar. Nah. Just, I would not recommend going here. Thief. Thief. It's actually quite... the thief is quite nice. It's, thief's armor is quite light, and so you can just fast roll. Yeah, there's different types of rolling in this game. Let's not focus on it too much right now. He has the master key. That's part of the... let's back out for a moment. It's one of the gifts you can get. Master key, which opens any basic lock. You get a lot more freedom when you have it, and the class thief has it by default. There would be no point in getting another master key. You can actually grab something else instead. Well, since I'm in here, I'm just going to grab what I would grab normally. Then there's the bandit. Has higher strength stats than any of the other classes so far, and wields a heavy battle axe. And there's a unique little thing about the bandit here. His shield, you can find... Oh, not his shield, no, their shield. You can find the shield in 2 different places in the actual game. So if you start the bandit, you get 3 spider shields. It's the only one that does this through the first playthrough, and it, multiplies through again and again. But let's not focus on that. Hunter, yeah, just don't go with the hunter. Hunter starts with a bow, which, yeah, it's nice, but aiming in this is a little bit more annoying. I just wouldn't go with a hunter for the first time. If challenge runs or just want to try all the classes, go for it then. But I would not recommend it. It's going to cause, much more grief than you would want. Also has 14 dex. I believe that's the same as the Wanderer. Sorcerer. Cast magic, or sorceries as Dark Souls calls them. I don't really like Sorcerer that much, though this is more my opinion. He's just, the Sorcerer can cast magic, so you don't have to get close. And unlike a lot of other games, this uses a set number of spells you can use at any given time. You don't have to worry about magic or anything. But the only way to reset it is to set it up on fire, basically resetting everything. So it gets annoying. I wouldn't go for the first playthrough. If you like you can try it while you're playing the game, and if you like sorcery, try sorcerer right off the bat next time. Now, pyromancer. Let's move on. Pyromancer is, well, uses pyromancy. You can get a pyromancy flame. I would not go with pyromancy. Pyromancer right off the bat either. He's got a really weird axe there, the hand axe. Not very good stats either. Yeah, let's just move on. I don't have much more to say about pyromancer. Cleric, yeah, same problems with sorcerer, except miracles are more focused on healing instead. So there is some utility there instead, but he doesn't got. Well, the cleric does not have a lot of attack. Like its strength is lower than some of the other classes. I just wouldn't go with it. But if you want to, I guess go with cleric if you want extra heals. Basically, you get something to heal yourself in the game. So, moving on, deprived. Definitely don't go with this for the first one. You come with a club and plank shield. The club's actually decent. The plank shield is one of the worst shields in the game. So I wouldn't go with this class at all. Basically, I would say some of the easiest classes to start off with is warrior, because of its just balanced nature of the warrior. Knight, because knight can take a lot of hits, and the thief is what I would recommend, because the thief has a mastered key. Oh, I might not be as enthusiastic because it uses a bandit knife. It's a good knife, but it has very low, like, it's very much gotta get right up close and personal. Doesn't have any reach to it. It's quick though, so it depends. It depends. And cleric wouldn't be too bad, actually, now that I come back to it. Maybe. But I'm just going to go with warrior, the one I would put the most recommendation on. I am not going to take the mastered key. I'm just going to show how to get through it if you just come in and you grab some random item. The old witch's ring is actually useful later on. You don't have to really care for it. Well, let's just finish up character creator. I always go for Fairy Slim because I just kind of find it funny. It looks really I don't know the word. Let's just move on. I can't speak. Semi-long. I always go for just silver or purple. I know some people just have fun. I should shut up and let this play.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. the Witch of Izalith, and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone scales. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark sign.
Ah, yes, that's the end of the actual cutscene itself. There's a little more dialogue, but well, I'll get to it shortly.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
Well, here's one of the systems. Don't he look pretty? Okay, now that they're done talking, so just picked up the key. That's the key right here, of course. Now, talk about equipment. Oh, I equip the witch's ring, whatever. Okay, the equipment you start with. You have a max, like not. Yeah, you have a max equip load, as it calls it here. And depending on your equip load, you can actually mid-roll, fast roll, or chunk roll, I like to call it, but I know that's not the term most people use. I can't remember. Right now, I'd be mid-rolling. I am a little heavy, and I can't remember. I think just that. There we go. I can fast roll. And this also affects your movement speed. If I was mid-rolling area, I'm a little slower. and run a little slower because of it. Ooh. You don't want to get up to the heavy end. Oh geez, you move like no, you don't even move really. You just waddle forward, I suppose. Now, I suppose these are just tutorials. Don't rest at bonfire, recover HP. It also resets the area so all the enemies respawn when you do it. Now, I don't know what my friend was talking about. He said collapsed area. Well, let's just go in here. I'll show you. Most people, when they come in here, they won't see him. If you look right up, you can actually see the Asylum Demon right up there. That's the first boss. Walk forward and wait, he'll jump down. There you go. I would not recommend fighting him. Ow. Get out of here. There's a little doorway over here. Go through. It'll lock behind you. Don't worry about it. Come down and grab this. Now, get up again. Over we go. Now, here's the first thing you grab. Your shield. Depending on which class you choose, you get a different shield. The warrior class has the heater shield. It's one of the best light shields in the game. It's just called type shield. It has a how do I do this? Not bad. It's been a long while since I've actually played Dark Souls. No. I'll eventually figure it out. Well, actually, whatever. It's not a big deal. I'll just bring up the stats again. There we are. So, stability. It's a little in the damage reduction area instead of attack area. Right at the... It has physical, which blocks 100% physical. That's great. 30% magic. A lot of shields have a 30% magic reduction. Fire is 70%. It's actually really decent. Lightning is 50. Again, another decent one. Considering it's a metal shield, you'd think it would be a little bit worse. But its stability right underneath the lightning is 55. That determines how long you can simply hold up your shield and take hits. Now, I'm just going to walk up to this hollow. That is their name. You see how much stamina, the green bar there, is being lost? That stability determines how much stamina you lose. Ow. I go in here and equip the longsword. I've never actually had the hollow do this though. I suppose I never really walk right up to him. So, just deal with this hollow. You can two-hand by pressing, if you use an Xbox controller, it's the Y button. I am not sure for any other controller. And now I'm mid-rolling again, so I suppose... Time to go bare chest. Let's see if I can get my... Yes, I can do helmet. This is how you look right off the bat. Well, you know, female characters will have, you know, things covered up, of course. So go through here. Now you're up on the upper section. You can see an item here. Do not worry about this. You will grab it later. The way you want to go is this way. I would recommend if you're playing for the first time or any time really, just go down here, grab this. There's a door, leads right back to the beginning here. Yeah. And I think in the original release, you can actually open the door right after. I never really did it. I like in the plunge attack. I'll show you later. So you see there's a bolt. You can see. Go off to the side here. It'll roll down and then opens the passage here. Do you remember him? And yeah, it's a him. As far as I know, it's...
Oh, you.
Yeah.
You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you?
Yeah, sure.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission. But perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen. And thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
One of the most important items in the game, in my opinion, for beginners anyway. There's a lot of people who can speedrun this game without even drinking Estus flask, or simply do challenge runs and, again, not drink any or heal any at all.
Oh, and this.
And he gives you the
Now
East
I must
key.
bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
And yeah, if you just leave here and go up, well, bye-bye, good sir, you helped us escape. Basically, what happened is most people think that Asylum Demon most likely smashed him through the roof, of course. You know, Asylum Demon was on top of the roof when we first saw him, so, well, yeah, the roof of that area over there. Go up, you'll find a hollow, and yes, you can lock on with the Xbox controller. It would be the right stick. You just tap it and it'll lock on. And I wouldn't recommend locking on. Like, you can do weird things when you're locked on. Character will do it. Oh, forgot his jump has a little bit of poise. Oh, now I'm doing weird things. Whoop, let's do two-handed, like I normally do. Bye-bye. Now go up. And through here. So, there is one more area here. Some classes have extra items, like the sorcerer has a catalyst. Let me deal with this guy first. This sorcerer has a catalyst, the cleric has a talisman, and the hunter has a bow. They'll be right over there. Let me just finish these guys off. Right over here. And yes, you can dodge roll out of the way. It's really helpful. Now, this guy's really nice for me. Oop, wrong button. Parrying. It's really helpful for anyone to learn. Not necessary, but it's really helpful. I would recommend coming in here and trying to parry this guy. And if you're doing that, I would recommend setting on the first bonfire you find, rather than the second one, because that's a long trip back otherwise. Now, heal. Just the game will tell you how to heal, so don't worry. Now. There we go. Plunging attacks. Just do the normal light attack option. Now. This guy, he's really actually easy. Don't be intimidated. See? Even with half my armor off, he doesn't do too much damage. Oh, I'm stuck in a corner. Don't do that. So, come on, bait you out. You can simply just dodge away. You can run in. I'm doing this little show. I would run back. Oop. Let me just go over and remember the controls. Let's go over here first, because I seem to have equipped my shield. There we are. That's sometimes annoying. So. Oh, that's one of the easiest attack to dodge. Ugh. There we are. Whoop. Then you go in and swipe, and he's done. Probably try to avoid damage because, and he won't usually follow up, but try to avoid damage. Usually you can just bait him around. You just, if you're having a tough time, just practice. Practice will make perfect. It will help. I've beaten this boss so many times. It's been quite a long time though since I played Dark Souls. I used to be able to beat him without taking any damage. By the way, you'll hear some stomping around underneath you. Don't worry about that right now. You'll come back here later, and you can deal with that stomping then. Now, there's a couple items here. Not necessary, but, you know, they're just a little helpful ones to get. Over here, you can get a Soul of the Lost Undead. It's one of the smaller items for acquiring souls, which this game uses souls for leveling up and purchasing. I'll get to it when I... Nice, dude, nice. Moving on, you'll be picked up
Only
by a crow.
in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen.
Nice floating sword.
To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Okay. Does it take this long normally? There we are. Okay, yeah. Well, look at that. It straight up tells you Lordran, level up, and kindle up bonfires. Now, leveling up is a little bit different. You use souls, which is the currency of the game. You have set required soul amounts to level up. I can level up 3 times. Some classes start at different levels, so that might vary between them. My recommendation is Vitality, to get a little more, health. Sometimes you'll die very quickly without it. Or Endurance, which helps your equip load so you don't fat roll. That's the word I was thinking about earlier. Though it's very insensitive, so whatever. This increases your equip load and stamina. I'm coming from the later games, which it does not do that. There's multiple stats for that. But in the first Dark Souls, your endurance raises your stamina and equip load, and you might notice that the physical defense, magic defense, flame defense, all those defenses go up, as well as bleed. Well, not all bleed, but every time you level up, you always get more defense. That is always guaranteed. No matter which one you go in, no matter how high they are, you'll always get some benefit from the defense. Some of them have better returns than others, but usually you always get more defense. Moving on from that, next one I would recommend is Strength, which helps with strength weapons, which you'll know because it'll tell you the requirements on the weapon. Then you need a set amount to actually use the weapon efficiently. You can offset that with strength a little bit by two-handing, because it's a 50% increase to your strength. That's how it calculates it. If I'm remembering right, later Dark Souls, I think in Dark Souls 2, it doubles it, which is godly. Dexterity. You cannot increase it through the same method as two-handing for the strength. So it's one of the harsher requirements for weapons. You have to have that specific amount to actually use the weapon. So it might be essential to actually use weapons if you need a set amount. I'm gonna go Dex because I use Dex weapons a lot. I know people like to criticize about Dex weapons, but use whatever weapon you feel comfortable with. Just play around a little bit once you find more weapons, because right now all you have is the long sword or whatever weapon your starting class comes with. Again, another perk, the longsword's one of the easiest weapons to use in my opinion for any player. With two-handed light attacks or overhead strikes, where you have vertical attacks while using one-handed. You got a kind of cleave type effect when you do strong R2, and you get a thrust with one hand. So there's two ways to go from here. Realistically, for beginner players, there's only one. Go up this way. But there is another way for, well, I suppose there's three, but you need the master key for the third one here. Don't worry about that one. Unless you grab the master key, I wouldn't recommend going down there either, especially if you're a first time player. There's the second option over here. For anyone, any class, anything. And it's over here. I'll actually demonstrate. Nice running away guy. So, skeletons. Skeletons are very annoying. They're weak against blunt attacks. Or, yeah, swords aren't blunt attacks, if you must know. Their belief category is under cut or slash. I literally just saw it like 10 minutes ago somewhere. Oop, and yes, they cause bleed. Scimitar is annoying that way. Back up. I would not fight them. There's some items over there. Get them at your own risk. Right now, I will show you the way you would normally go. By the way, at this bonfire, you get 10 uses of the Estus Flask, but most of them you get 5. So be cautious. You can increase it by offering humanity. I can't do it at this one. I would have to go to find another one. Let's just move on. So, these hollows here are quite easy. Nice practice if you want parrying and learning how to dodge around. I wouldn't go for that item yet. Get these guys first. Because if I can get this guy to throw, that guy uses fire bombs. They're annoying for the first time player. Moving up. Go get this guy first. Oh yes, rolling light attacks are thrust for the longsword when you're two-handing. Really useful. Oh yeah, that guy will most often jump if you get too close. It looks weird. Woohoo! Dangly bodies. Moving on, let's go down. Down here. Remember this guy? You found one. If you were practicing your parrying, you should be really easy. And backstabs, that's another thing. This game allows you to just kind of walk around them and backstab them. Later games, not so easy, but usually same method applies. Get behind them and do a light attack. Don't do a strong attack, it'll just, you know, do the normal attack animation. Going up here, and yes, just basically collect everything you see. There's one exception. Don't jumping in this game is not the most friendly, so I wouldn't recommend getting that one down there. So in here, yes, it is the one-handed. In tight quarters, I would go for thrusts here. Boom. The rat is dead. He has a chance of the rat has a chance of dropping humanity it's not a high chance. Come with me. Moving on. We're going into the Undead Burg. You'll pop up here soon. Here we are. Oh, yeah, that guy will most often jump at you. That's why I don't like lockdown on, because it'll swap between the targets. And that little kick at the end there. Moving on. They're not too hard to parry, but, you know, parry at, to your comfort. Most of the time you can simply just block with a shield. Watch out for the fire, though. Fire bombs aren't as resistant by blocking. Unless you have a 100% block, which I don't think there is a 100% block shield in the game for fire or any of the elements. Other element attacks like sorcery, lightning, or fire. Whoop! The dragon! Don't worry about that. I say dragon's not technically, but don't worry about it. Gets annoying later, but it can also be helpful for farming some souls. Just kill these guys quick. Now, there's a shield in here if you have a class that uses a really, really heavy shield or a really cruddy shield. This is a really nice one. It's really light. It's even lighter than mine. And it has a 93% reduction for physical. So it's really helpful. There we are. You'll find messages around. Just, little tidbits or trolling players. Some of them do. I can't take this. And, oh, is that demon ahead? Nice. This is the first bonfire in Undead Burg. You can level up. I'm gonna go put it in Vitality. I don't think I have enough time to go to the Taurus demon. Well, maybe I can get to him, but I won't be able to fight him. By the way, always, yes, enemies always respawn. Make sure to be, alert. Don't just run out like I did. Just, baiting this guy over. And sometimes he'll jump, other times he'll just walk up. This is not too bad. Just kind of run across. Take care of these guys. If you die in this room, the door will be open there, so be careful on your second return. This guy will immediately come in, so you can actually bait him out earlier then. And come in here. There's a guy. Take care of him. Should be pretty standard at this point. And around this corner, take care of this guy as well. Now, in this, watch out for some chests. There are mimics. They will eat you. Be careful. You'll know if it's mimic by the chain. Ah, crud. Environment. Basically, if the chain's pointing backward, it's not a mimic. If it's pointing forward, or I forget what the mimic's chain looks like, but if it's pointing backward, like curled up like that, you're good. Moving on. Going up these stairs here. Beware your sniper, actually really useful. Oh, ow. Be careful. You can just do this. There we go. I'm playing really sloppily. If you have the master key, you can open this door. There's actually something really nice in there. Actually, if I can get more souls, I'll grab the item and show you what's in there. I'll grab the key, I meant to say, and then we'll go grab the item in there. We got lucky on that that one. And just take care of these guys. Grab the lost soul. The guys up here can drop the fire bombs, actually. It's really useful. I can go get that key, so I will make sure to heal up. Don't let it leave it down too long. Because you can actually die very quickly. As you can see with these bloodstains, these show other players' deaths. Watch this guy. Don't do what this guy did. If you want, he used the crossbow. If I was doing what he was doing, I would have probably shot a couple times, ran back, shot a couple times, run back. Constantly reset the situation. Otherwise, you're going to have a hard time. Why am I looking at that again? Don't go in here. Now, this area over here. I'll go. This, I'm just going to show you quickly. Kicking. You can knock... And, oh, whoops. Oh, what? Where are you? Be careful. That will happen. Done. So even if you play a little sloppily, the game is generous to you. So, oop. Sometimes that will happen. I'm done. Oh, my controller disconnected. That'd be why. Well, I suppose that happens too. Your controller disconnects. Technical difficulties. Let's see if this works. Nope. I suppose I'll play keyboard. Not my favorite. Oh, the camera is so bad. I might just... You know, I don't know. I forgot to... What is the stop recording button? And yes, if an enemy comes into this room, they will immediately turn off the bonfire. Kill the enemy, it goes back to normal. So I'll actually end the episode here. I'll continue later. How do you... Not used... And fix this problem. I'll fix it all by tomorrow. Hopefully everything's working. Oh, my controllers aren't working. Okay. Well, actually, I should actually go anyway. So, hopefully that helps you, or whoever needs it at the moment. And bye-bye for now.